After months and months and months and months, I finally got to 1,000 hunts on the steemhunt platform. That was always my personal goal, was to hit 1,000 hunts on the platform. Mainly from a perspective of bookmarking in the beginning, some of my favorite things that were out there on the web that I would eventually go back to. Too many websites that I had used before for bookmarking that got acquired or got shut down or offered a HTML export, and then I've lost the HTML export. So many things that you see and you think that's cool, I want to do that, and then you never ever do it, never go back to it, never invest money in it, never like learn it as a hobby. So it's kind of nice to have that like bookmarks feature, and I hope at some point steemhunt provides the ability to export that in some way, or has some RSS feed or something to it that we can use elsewhere, maybe as a little mobile app so that we don't forget them. Bit of an update on Hunt and steemhunt and the whole platform in general. Next month, July, is supposedly the launch of the beta of Review Hunt, which obviously I'm still looking forward to. It does feel very much like a lull period at the moment because you don't necessarily see much happening, but I'm sure behind the scenes and in the GitHub there's a lot of work going on. I am a little bit concerned about what happens with the review. So when somebody gets commissioned to do a review, or they do the review, that getting sent out across the web to various sites, and how that actually impacts the company who's wanting to get the review. Like how do they measure that, and will we be doing like storytelling on the result? Because I think that will be super valuable, that a company can come back and say, we ran this campaign on Review Hunt, we bought some hunt tokens, we spent some hunt tokens, we got 20 videos back, and we got this impact in terms of sales, for instance. I would love to see that. I think end to end that works better than just blasting out links across Reddit and all these other sites in the hope that it gets some coverage. I mean, it's all well and good doing that. That was kind of like the early days of the internet. We didn't know any better. Was let's sign up to 20 sites and we'll just share it to all those 20 sites. And obviously, as we know, that doesn't necessarily work, because every one of those platforms has different audiences and treats people differently who spend time on those different platforms. So my next goal after this goal, that of 1,000, is to try and build up a task force or a database email list or a global map of 100 people worldwide who do video reviews, or bloggers, vloggers. Maybe they take part in a campaign every year, and see if I can mobilize those people, maybe get them into a little niche group of our own, maybe use frame.io again to be able to empower that. That's my kind of next goal. You have to set these little goals, otherwise you're just like basically feeding the machine on a daily basis. I wrote a little note, and I kind of just covered it, but I do hope we build in features like, for instance, compliance. One of the big things as a brand advocate that you get asked a lot is, and it's very easy to just put hashtag ad after your tweet, but what we get asked a lot, or I did used to get asked a lot when I was doing it, was is this review paid for? Have you been paid to do this advert? And I think that's a fair question, because sometimes being paid for an advertisement is does that change the way that you interpret the product? Because you've basically been paid to make a video about it, but do you give it the benefit of the doubt? This is great because the company's great, yada yada yada, because you know you're getting paid. So I would love to see Review Hunt bolt in some kind of compliance stuff in there, because I know brands need that, or at least companies need that if they're going to start using this across social media and on their YouTube channels. Final thing today is kind of interested to hear back from the big whales who invested in the Hunt token when it first started out, because there was quite a big buzz at the beginning and the price was upwards of 300, I think 0.00325 satoshis, and so it was like 0.020 cents. So it was quite high for saying that. I didn't think it would have that much value, but it's now dropped to 7 or 8. And I kind of feel like, because it is free markets, you've got this market manipulation of maybe a group of people who are buying incredibly low, just going to sit on it, and then they'll pump the price and make a little profit on it. whatever, that's the way these things work. That's the way markets work, right? The fastest person who can put the trade in and get a group of people to believe that something's going to go up in price, or know some information ahead of time, like there's going to be a natural disaster and we can't move the sugar or we can't move the butter, then, you know, like certain attributes and assets go up because of things that happen and people being aware of the outcomes. So I'm kind of interested if people who invested in Hunt early on still have the same passion for the second vertical, which is review Hunt, and if they are actually thinking anything about idea Hunt, because I do wonder how many people are going to be around before this whole project finishes on those 3 parts, and what the guys of steemhunt, Project 7 and Tabras have up their sleeves in terms of what happens after all of those verticals are launched. Are they going to look for acquisition? Are they going to look to diversify the Hunt token in some way? I'm kind of interested. So anyway, bit of an update. Feel pumped to get to 1,000 hunts. I think I'll probably slow down a bit on the hunting now that I've got to my goal, and concentrate on the block review stuff, which if you haven't looked at yet, block-review.com. It's kind of a decentralized, it's just a landing page right now, but it's for decentralized video editors, video bloggers who are maybe not involved in crypto right now but want to get involved in crypto. And we start off on the Steam platform, and obviously with EOS coming up, we'll be going onto that as well. So all right, I will catch up with you soon. If you're not a fan of talking head videos, I'm probably going to be doing another 4 or 5 of these, because I've got a bunch of little blog posts that I want to get out, and it's quicker for me to record them. So all right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Drifting slowly into an empty space where I can go. I'm just a